otherwise it will trap water in the pipes.
Yeah.
Obviously you don't want any water left in the pipes. Okay?
Yeah.
But obviously to use it, it needs to be closed.
Yeah.
Then obviously what you need to do is purge the air out of the system. So if you drained it previously, obviously you need to get that air out of the system.
Yeah.
The only way of doing that is coming through the taps. So I always start on the cold side on the kitchen. Well, you'll get splutter, splutter, splutter for a while until you get the air out. Yeah, so it's got to push the air out through that tap. Once you've got the solid stream, then I'll start on the hot side. Hot side, what you're doing also is obviously getting the water through the hot system, is filling your hot water tank. Okay, so that whole hot water tank, as I've said a few times, is 10 litres.
Yeah.
So if it's empty, it's 10 litres of air, it's got to come out through there. So open it up, we get quite a bit of spluttering for a couple of minutes at least.
Yeah.
If it seems to be taking a hell of a long time, obviously you would hope you have got water in your tank,
Yeah.
in your freshwater tank. So you can hear, obviously the pump is pressure on a pressurised switch, so you can hear it now. When I shut down, it should shut off. If it takes a longer to shut down, it's still got air in the system. Okay, and what it's now doing is building air. So if it was really struggling, you're really struggling to get water to come through, there's an air blockage in it somewhere.
Yeah.
So if you shut it, it builds a pressure up, but just be careful when you open it because it will come out with quite a force, it'll blast out. So just gradually open it, just control it. So when you've got a full stream of water like that, then you know your hot water tank's full.
Yeah.
Okay? You can see there's a little bit of steam coming off that. It's not instant heat. Obviously I've had the system up and running just to make sure everything's operating. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, the pump will, obviously I haven't done the one which is in the bathroom. That's why it's still got a bit of air, so it's taking that little bit long to pressurise air compared to water.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So that's, as I say, not too difficult.
No,
Not
no,
too
no.
difficult. So while we're this end, I'll just go for the rest of the consumer unit while we're here now. So we'll just take the back cushion off. That'll probably be easier. That's it. It's always fun throwing cushions about. Right. So we've already talked about the heating and hot water. So that's on electric, as long as that's your master switch. So as long as that's switched on, you should have power available to use for your boiler. Charger switch. So that will, as long as you've got electric connected and that's switched on, that will charge your battery. Obviously, you can leave that on. That's not going to damage anything because as soon as you unplug electric, it's obviously there's no power going to it anyway. 240 trips. So there's something similar to your domestic or in your static. 12 volt fuses. So as I said, there's 12 volt systems in the background on everything in the van. Obviously that's what you've got there. Is your fuses for that. Green light. If I just switch the charger off now, that is your charger fuse.
Yeah.
So green light, obviously that means good. Alongside each of these other fuses, there's a little LED. Obviously they light up red. That means that fuse is gone. So it gives you an indication of what fuse is going. Okay. If there's a fuse going, obviously there is an issue. Don't just start changing it or even putting a higher rated one in. Obviously there's an issue why that fuse is blowing. Okay, there shouldn't be any fuses blowing really. Then system shutdown. So what that will do is shut down, when you're in storage, system shutdown will stop or slow down the drain down of your laser battery. So this is when you're in storage, you're not using it. So if you switch that off, solar panel will still put power to your laser battery. So as long as you obviously got daylight, it will still trickle charge your battery, but obviously it's going to slow down the drain down, so it should keep it topped up and it's not going to go flat. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, good. Just place that down. The other thing obviously with that system shutdown button, make sure that you switch it back on there, otherwise...
To start with, really, we'll only be using this probably every other weekend.
Or something.
And because we bought it mainly for a couple of years, I'll be retired and we're going to use it a lot then.
Yeah.
So would you recommend that we drain down each time?
I would, yeah. Obviously the thing with anything that's holding water in, and you're not using it, obviously it could go stagnant, So as soon as you finish with it, each time I would drain it down, to be quite honest. It's always better that. Plus what I tend to do, I've got a caravan which has obviously got a similar boiler to that, or exactly the same boiler, and I drain that down as I'm travelling normally to allow the water, because that bit of movement as I'm driving down is lift that one up, open all the taps, and it will allow it to flow out easier. You'll get a few people flashing lights at you because you can see water coming out, but it's fresh water, not wastewater. Obviously, wastewater is not the thing to be going down the road with emptying that, but obviously just that water is fine.
Yeah.
Alright.
Somebody's flashing at you behind you.
Yeah, because you've got wastewater. Okay, right, other appliances. Cooker, you've got igniter there. Okay, so you may have had something similar in your
Yeah.
in your static, yeah. So what you've also got on here, obviously you wouldn't be doing this if it's hot. As it says on this little label here, that shuts the gas off to the cooker. You put the lid down, there's no grill or oven going to be operating.
Right.
Okay, so that shuts all gas down. So make sure when you pop it up, it is quite a click. Make sure it's fully back,
Yeah.
because otherwise it won't operate.
Good idea.
Yeah, electric. So we've got a little indicator light there.
Oh, yeah.
Be very careful with that. Make sure that has cooled down, because obviously that will hold the heat a lot longer. Obviously with this being glass, you can go off with a fair bang if there's still heat there.
Yeah.
Okay. Grill. So you've got a grill pan there. The handle's just inside here in the cutlery drawer. What you've also got, you can obviously ignite that via that as well. Okay.
Yeah.
You've got a decent size grill pan with these now. Also, what you've got, oven with this switch here, obviously to release the gas. If you press the centre of it, it's starting the igniter from there. If you have a look in the oven,
Yeah.
normally the burners on these vehicles or whatever are usually at the back. Now they've changed, Dometic have changed it so it's actually under the plate there. So you're looking for a flame just for these little tiny holes on the base there.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you've also got, oven light. Obviously, when you take your finger off,
It goes up.
it goes off. Obviously, that's to save power and to stop people from leaving it switched on.
Yeah.
And then they're draining the
Yes,
battery
true,
down
yeah.
because they've left that switched on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's shut. Next one along, fridge. So on off button.
Yeah.
See, I'll get a slap if I start seeing wife, go and have a look at that. Right, on off button there.
You get
So
a
you
punch off me.
Press and hold switches it on or off. Gas is selected at the moment.
Yeah.
I want to select electric, which most people tend to use when they're on site.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you pay for your pitch, you get
Yeah.
electric alongside. I wouldn't say free electric, but it's obviously you get the electric with the pitch. So that's electric selected. What you've also got with this one is an auto feature. So if you select auto,
Yeah.
what it will do, it will select what energy is best or what's available best.
Right.
So obviously it's selected electric. If electric's not available, it will select gas. If gas is not available, it will select 12 volts. But the 12 volts actually comes from the vehicle itself. So
Right, so you
that
gotta
will,
do that,
but,
yeah.
but that will only operate when the engine's running. So that's when you're travelling.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're going, all that will do is keep the fridge cool. It's not going to cool the fridge. It will just maintain the temperature.
Yeah.
So you need to cool the fridge before you travel,
Yeah.
if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, you can just select electric on its own,
Yeah.
like that. This side of it, that's your temperature range, all 5 lit. That's the coldest setting. Obviously, if it's coming out frozen butter, then it's too cold. So 2 or 3 is probably about right. It all depends on the temperature outside.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it's hotter, it needs to work a bit harder. Okay.
Yeah.
What you also, what I haven't shown you, to light the gas, is just select gas.
Right.
If it fails, it will let you know. So I'm just going to now put it on 12 volts. So 12 volts, and just to show you failure. Okay. So it's obviously it's recognised that the engine's not running.
Yeah.
There's no power to it, so it's telling me I haven't got that
Use
energy
it.
I'm trying to use. If it's doing that on the gas, that means the gas hasn't lit.
Right.
Okay. So the things you need to check are: 1, you have turned your gas on.
Yeah.
You press the little green button on the pipe.
Yeah.
Maybe the crash sensor one might have popped as well, so you need to just reset that. And then all you do is just press the hazard button, or you may need to obviously make sure you have got gas. So
Yeah.
you could just fire the cook up just to see you have got gas running. Then all you do is just press that hazard button and it'll reattempt to light it. If it hasn't operated on gas for a while, it may take a couple of attempts to.
Ready to come through.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Otherwise,
Yeah.
again, electric. Okay.
Yeah.
Inside, obviously, to open the fridge, just push down on that button there. What you've got with this, you've got, if you like a taller fridge and you don't particularly need the ice box, you can actually take that out. So it's just a shelf on the door.
Right.
That'll slide out. Advantage of that is when you're in storage, what can happen if you don't keep all these things open, you can get mould around this seal
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
That you can slide that out, put it
Put it
in
on
your,
the top.
put it on the top there, so it allows it to breathe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's quite a simple, easy thing to do.
Yeah. Good idea.
Either that, or you want taller bottles in the fridge
Yeah.
without ice. Okay. To switch it on off, as I said, just press and hold the on off button. That switches it off.
Right.
Okay. Microwave, big button opens it. Do not travel with glass plate in. One, it will absolutely drive you mad because of the rattling.
Yeah.
Or if that does come down on there,
Smash.
it's going to be tears. So what you could do is either sneak it into somewhere that's going to be not going to be rattling
That's-
around.
yeah.
That's I'll just put that there for now, but you may want to put it elsewhere. But
Yeah.
obviously, anything in the motorhome, obviously when the static you sit there, it's not moving, it's not rattling. With obviously a motorhome, you will pick up certain things and you'll hear rattling.
Oh, it's terrible.
Especially,
So-
yeah.
Certain things you may, obviously like grill pan, you won't want the grill pan in there because that will be rattling. So people wrap things in bubble wrap or anything that's obviously to deaden any sound.
Yeah.
Right, back to your microwave. See that control does nothing on its own.
Yeah.
So turning that does nothing on its own. Press the microwave button once.
Yeah.
That's your power then. So 100%, 50% or whatever power you want to set it on.
Yeah.
100% mainly. Press the microwave button again. Turn it. You've then got seconds.
Right.
Okay, and then you just press start. Away it goes. Otherwise, you've got a quick start on the start button.
Yeah.
Press that once or twice. Once it goes up in minute increments. So if you want 2 minutes, press it twice, and off it goes. Okay, there is auto menu.
Yeah.
So how it knows how big a potato or fish or whatever it's putting in there, I don't know. But
Yeah.
I just
They
want to
do,
eat. I
they
just
don't
want to
they?
warm the beans up.
That's it.
Yeah. Right, I'm just trying to think now. Oh, there it is. So obviously with these things, they put all sorts of different cupboards. What we've got here, obviously, apart from the plug for the microwave, is the regulator for the solar panel. Okay,
Right.
it's totally automatic. You don't need to switch anything on or off.
Yeah.
So you just see that little white box. It's got some lights on it at the moment. It does tell you on your main command system there on what voltage is coming in anyway. But before they had that, there's just these indicator lights on there. So as I said, it's totally automatic. As long as you've got daylight, it will provide power to your battery. It's not going to give you everything. All of this lot is not going to be powered up by just this solar panel. It's just there really to trickle charge your battery. Okay, so at the moment you've got a green flashing light on the top. That's to say it's charging. Green light on the bottom. It can turn red. So if it's green, it's around about 13 volts. If it's going red, it's around about 14.5. Okay, there will be occasions when them lights go out. One, it's dark. It's not going to be operating off the moon. Two, it's you've got obviously electric connected. You've got the electric charger operating, so it doesn't really need that. And also, if you're on off-grid, no electric connected, obviously the battery's quite low, them two lights will actually switch off to save a fraction of the amount of electric.
Okay.
So put everything into the battery.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, just trying to think anything else. Bathroom, I'm going to show you that. Light switch is this one here. So
Yeah.
just by the door, because I've just been looking everywhere for that one. Okay, so
right.
yeah, it might just
Let
be
me-
easier to come past. Yeah, if you want to come past, if it's like open all the way, I'm not sure. Right. So the toilet, you can see that. I might have to stand in here. Obviously, it's quite awkward to get to. So you've got your. This here opens the wastegate. Well, you got the chemicals there. Right. So that's the chemicals. Normally you won't sit them in there. That's something you will. These are the complementary ones that you can put in. The pink in the top, blue in the loop. To open it, to use it, that's the flap. So if that's the wastegate there. If that is not fully closed, that's when you can't pull the waste cassette
Yeah.
out. So come in, just make sure that is closed. So to use it, obviously open it up, use it, and flush it. Then close it after. All right.
Right.
You don't want to leave it open because the smell's coming from it, even though you got the blue chemical and things like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you've also got this here. Will light up. You remember that little float that was inside the wastegate?
Yeah.
You'll see a little red light in that to indicate that it's full. Not that you can't see by looking down that hole anyway. Alright? Also, if there's more than one or two people in here, you're going to, or whoever is going to, not going to be arguing over who's going to empty it, just make sure that everyone's aware that you are taking that cassette. Right? Because obviously,
Pew, pew.
you go and remove that and someone comes and leaves you a little present and on the way back,
Yeah.
It's not
you're going to be
pleasant.
fighting over who's going to be cleaning it out. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Shower. Obviously, this does both. So you got
Yeah.
a sink. Obviously, operates the sink and the shower. Just move that. Oh, a bit compact. Right. With this control here. See now I've opened the tap. There's nothing happening. Right. That is.
Reflexes.
I was just jumping. I don't know how much pressure was going to come out. So, when you're using a shower, obviously you are limited to the amount of water you've got. Hot water tank is obviously very limited because you only got 10 litres of hot water. Okay, so if you do decide to use this as a shower, obviously that limits you how much water you. So you wash a bit. You know, so you just use it. If you have that flat out, which you can do by turning that around there. So you can have it on constantly if you want, but probably after 2 minutes, that's hot water gone.
Yeah.
So what if you imagine with it when the hot water tank obviously is 10 litres of hot water there, you may have boosted
You
it
wet
extra.
yourself, soap yourself.
Yeah, exactly. But
Squirt
what's
yourself.
happening is as you're draining the hot water down, it's topping up with cold water. By the time you've got halfway down that tank, there's a lot of cold water in there, so that's then reducing the
Yeah,
temperature
that's right,
whatever's
yeah.
left. So if you
Oh, sorry.
in the dark. If you obviously, you're better off using the facilities on site. A lot of these sites are really good facilities.
Yeah,
on them.
Jack's at them,
Yeah,
isn't he?
camp.
You
The
see
ones
most
you see the
people
ones up
use
here.
them.
Yeah, so camping and caravan, or the caravan club or caravan motorhome club as it calls themselves now. You know, they are good.
Yeah, we joined.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they are good. Okay,
Yeah, that's fine.
right,
Thank you.
good. We'll get out of here before I get wet. I've done that before now. I thought it was shut and it wasn't, and then it's like face full of water. Obviously you can see the pressure on that. If you
Yeah.
when you first set water up and that's been left on,
Yeah.
you're going to end up with water pouring all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to think anything else.
Is that the table?
Yeah, well, you got the tables and things like yes. Obviously, you got extra cushions, extra. This is for bed makeups.
Yeah.
Okay. What you've also got is this here. Can you hear it? I don't know if you can hear it if I shut up. What there is a little fan operating. It'll blow air. I'm just trying to think if there's one on the end of that bunk as well on this particular model. No, so it is on just on that one there. Just trying to figure out what that little switch is for. I'll have to have a look under there just to see what the. Go just have a look under there.
Yeah,
I just spotted another switch which.
Oh, those are our pipes. Electric
Yeah, I can't hear
cables.
anything happening in that. Is that one in the wardrobe switched on at the sec for this moment?
I couldn't hear it.
Can't hear the fan. Normally they have a fan sitting there and a fan, obviously the longer one, because what you got is it's a radiated heat. This is a radiated heat system, which comes up from the back of the seating. Obviously you can see that there. Obviously it's going to radiate from there.
Yeah.
So if you see there, obviously that's where the heat's going to come up through.
Right.
Obviously with radiated heat, it takes a while for it to warm up. With the fan, obviously it just pushes the warmth through. You're off the fan off that.
Yeah.
So if you're operating that, then obviously it'll warm it up a bit quicker. But obviously radiated just take that little bit longer compared to boiling air. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously above our heads, or above my head, is the drop-down bed.
Yeah.
Is that my key
All
to
exciting.
move?
A manual
Yeah.
one as well.
You're cute to move.
Yeah. Can't sit there
Unless you want to get squashed.
Right. So
Does
to
this come on automatically, this light? Or?
it's the light. What, the light above your head?
Yeah.
That one?
In the,
Yeah. There's a little when you shut. It's a bit
Oh,
like a
got
fridge
it.
door.
Yeah.
When you shut, we see that it shuts it. To operate this, press button, and it should just slide down. Okay. What you've just got to be careful of is what's underneath it.
Yeah.
Obviously somebody's head or anything else you may have placed on the seat. The other thing is what you are storing in here as well. If you've got anything too heavy in there,
It's going to
obviously
be
it's
even
going to
heavier to push up.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just be careful with that. Also, obviously when you bring it down and you obviously use it as the bed,
It's good, isn't it?
remember what you
hell.
put up there, because when you put it back up again,
I was going to say, how are you two going to fit through a little gap? I didn't
you're going
realise
to climb
the
up through that
cupboards
little
were
gap
going to
there.
like.
So obviously you've got your ladder
There
there.
you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just swore on you.
So just be careful. Obviously you have got these here as well. So just make sure they're not.
I've got things.
Yeah, so you have got a barrier to stop you rolling out.
You know,
Yeah, so there's little clips. You can see here, there's little clips there and there.
Right.
So just be careful on how you're using them as well. You don't want them. So one's the other side as well.
Because I must admit, I did say I'll give that a go, but I said the first time I'll fall out of it.
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no-
You wouldn't want to be rolling out from that height anyway.
No, I didn't think so.
But no, you have obviously you're hiding under there at the moment. That's your.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, so that just clips
Didn't
up.
know that, did
Yeah, that just clips up to obviously stop you rolling out. You wouldn't want to be rolling out of that.
No.
Really. Okay. So obviously
Good.
just be careful when you put it back up. Oh, now I've said that. So if it is sticking, don't try and force it up.
No, no.
Yeah.
You never know.
Go
It
have a
might just
look, see
be
what it is.
just be something there. Yeah. I think it's just because that is quite heavy. If you've tried that, it is reasonably heavy. That's why I warn you about not putting heavy stuff in there as well, because that will obviously make it a bit more fun to get up.
Yeah.
Might be something to do with the mattress removed.
Yeah.
So on some
That's
of the even posher ones, they've even got electronic ones of these.
Yeah, we saw those at the caravan camp.
Yeah.
That's to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Brilliant.
there you
So
go.
if there's anything else you want me to show you, I think obviously light switches are absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
Them ones here, that one. Shall I see where that one? Where's that one? Oh, it's there. I've seen it. Oh, it's above my head here. The other one,
Right.
this side. Where's that one? Really? Oh, that's the floor light one.
Oh, right, crikey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can light the floor up.
They're everywhere, aren't they?
Yeah, oh, there's absolutely lights everywhere.
And there's a plug there, looking.
Yeah, so you've got a plug there. Obviously, if you've got a table here, you can obviously put something on there.
Yeah.
Either charging it or whatever. The lights, obviously, you got this type. You can actually manually
Dim
them as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite sure. I think these may operate because these on the travelling seats, belted seats. These may operate when you haven't got the rest of the system on.
Right.
So you can, when you're driving down the road, you've still got the bit of light for the seated position.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, so that's your map reading
Map
or
reading
type.
light.
Yeah.
Or it might be just a reader light when you're sitting in. If you decide to sit in the front there to have a read.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There you
Not
go.
quite all the way up, is it?
I didn't realise
Look
it was a
at
Fiat.
What's that mean? It's always fun. Oh, no, I think that's as far as it's
I
going.
think it's as far.
Yeah, I think that's as far. I was looking at that level. Yeah, it must. That's pretty close up there anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, what we've got, obviously here, now I've got a handbook. Obviously that's
Yeah.
right. There's plenty of information in there if you want. If you're struggling to sleep.
Bedtime reading.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're struggling to sleep. Obviously, also the Swift Command app. So if you decide to get if you want to operate the Swift Command, obviously there's instructions there how to use
probably
it.
will do, won't
Yeah,
they?
there are videos on YouTube as well. They're all very useful.
Yeah.
Especially heating system. Aldi have got their YouTube video of that, which is around about 5 or 7 minute long, which is a really easy to understand. Well, it is for me. So if I can understand it, most people can.
Yeah.
It's not a technical. It's not a technical one. It's easy how to use
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, what we've got here. So what Jack has done is registered your Swift Command side of it, so you can operate it remotely as well. Okay. What you need to do is when you're operating that, I'll just show you on my phone because obviously you haven't got the app. Otherwise, you should be able to pick it on here. But if I show you, it's probably easier if you remember. If I remember where I put it. So as I said, you can operate via Bluetooth. So sitting in here, you can operate Bluetooth to systems, heating, lights, all sorts of things, and also check levels as well. And you can also do that remotely as well. So as long as where your vehicle is, it's got a phone signal, and where you are, you've got a phone signal, you can communicate with it. So that's what you'll see on your app.
Yeah.
Okay, to connect remotely, you go onto Head and Shoulders. What you will do is put your email address where it says email address.
Yeah.
And password. So that password. So you need to remember if you want to write that down somewhere.
Yeah, he's giving me down the card.
Oh, you've got it. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you do is then you will write your password in there. Then you press get vehicle details. Then you'll see a line will come up with your vehicle on there. So Bessicar, whatever it is, 4496. You tap on that. That jumps to the top of the screen, and you press save.
Right.
And that will be then connected
Yep.
to your van. Then it will recognise your van. So if I just come back, is it too many times? Right, back. So you can operate these are the remote ones. So the blue one in the centre is remote. You see there's nothing happening there. If they're blue, that means it's connected. If it's not blue, as it is now, it's not connected. And you also see there's a darker one here as well. So to get to that, once you've connected, if you press the update button, it will light up all of these.
Right.
Okay, and then you will see, I don't know if you can just see there's the lights. It will also show heating and all sorts of other things. Okay, it will also show your location. So if you press that, if you've forgotten where you parked it, it will show you where it's parked. Hold on, don't go away. Also, it'll give you our information, phone number, contact numbers, history of levels. So it'll give you a history of battery level, water level, heat, and everything else. But if you just wanted to operate via Bluetooth, so you can actually pair it up Bluetooth, you can operate power. So what you do is wait until it becomes clear. Obviously it won't do because I'm not connected, but so you can see you can actually switch your power on and off.
Yeah.
This is Bluetooth now, so you have to be within the van or within the vicinity of. You could switch the vehicle battery, you could change the AC limit, and it will also show on these sliders, these are not sliders, these are actual showing what your leisure battery will be doing, what your vehicle battery will be doing, all them levels. Water, so you can switch the water pump on and off. Also give you your tank levels, fresh water, wastewater. Okay, I'll be very cautious if you do decide to use this, operate the pump if you're not in full control of the taps, like when you first jump in, you switch water pump on, you could be in the same obviously problems. But you've also got heating. So when you switch this on to app on there, that will shut that system down to start with until obviously either timer is activated. So you've got this options of 7-day timer, so individual days you can change or set, or one timer it does every day, so it's the same every day. What you've also got is an override. So if you imagine you're on site somewhere, you decided to go out for the day, you've left your van, it's going to come on, the heater's going to come on around say 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
You're out and about, you think, oh, I've got to come back now, it's too cold. It's at lunchtime. What you can set, press override, you can set that to come on now, and it will warm up. Yeah, so it'll run for a period of an hour or something like that. So by the time you get back, it should be warm. Okay, you can also set the water heating to come on at that as well. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it also gives you humidity and temperature as well. What you've also got these little icons here. It's obviously very small. One is heating, so that's got a stop sign against it at the moment. So that means the heating wouldn't be operating. Same with the water heating. Stop sign is against that. So if it was operating, you see like a play symbol.
Right.
All right. Then what we've got is lights. So as I say, you can operate the dim light manually from up there. You can also, if you can just about see that, you've got sliders as well. So what you've got is dim 1, dim 2. On this one, you've just got the one isolator button. Here you've got 2. So you've got dim 1, which is at the rear of the van. Dim 2 is at the front of the van. So you can switch them individually off, on and off, or you've also got the dimmer levels. You can slide up and down for dim 1 or dim 2, so do them separately. Okay. Also, if you're coming back to your van, you want the awning light to come on, so you can see it when you're coming back to it. You can switch the awning light as well, remotely. So it's got all these fun things. Obviously, head and shoulders, that's the one that you want to, when you connect it remotely. What you've also got, obviously, Bluetooth. So when you want to connect Bluetooth, so what you do, you go on to System Settings, select the button, scroll up or down until you see Bluetooth pair.
Yeah.
Then what you do is press that, Bluetooth active, you'll see that blue light flashing. Press search control panel, which I may be able to, well, I should be able to connect to it. See this icon coming up now?
Yeah.
So I press that, and that should connect to it. Then I can operate it Bluetooth if I wanted to then.
Right.
So once you've done that once, paired it up once, sometimes they drop out first time anyway, so you just press it again, it will do it. Obviously it's having a bit of a think about it now. We had 1 or 2 issues in this shed because of the girders and things like that around it. It does tend to bounce signals off each other. So what we're looking for, here we are, it's coming back up again now. So once you come into your van, the next time after you've paired it, we do is press on that, tap on that. What you should see is a strong signal at the bottom.
Yeah.
If that goes, or when you connect remotely, you'll actually override the Bluetooth and shut Bluetooth off. But if you're just in the van, you just want to operate in the van, obviously you can do that via Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Okay, what you've also got, once you've got remote on as well, I should say, you've got manual, so that will recognise what your manual, which is obviously that.
Yeah.
You can upload it onto your phone or your tablet or whatever you've got, but obviously you need Wi-Fi for that, because it's quite a big book, if you can see that there.
Yeah.
Also, you can set alerts as well. With that one, you can set alerts for your levels of water going up and down, your battery levels going up or down. There is also a frost alert on it, but I'd be very cautious with using that one, because obviously if you're relying on that to tell you the van's cold and you haven't got any heating or anything in it, you've still got water in it, the likelihood it may have already frozen by the time you've received that.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't rely on that to protect you from making sure it's not going to freeze. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we disappeared. Okay, happy with that?
Yeah.
Obviously, it does give you in there. It is on the internet on YouTube as well. What I'm going to do now, so I'm going to have to Bluetooth delete, so I'll take my phone off the system. Okay, so sometimes if you're having problems pairing it up, just go into Bluetooth delete. So that's deleting now, so that's deleting my phone off that now. The other advantage of this remote is that engineers can actually get into you remotely via the internet as well. So if you're having issues, problems, you ring them up and say, look, can you just have a look at what's happening with my van? And they can remotely do that. Also, Sargent, who are the obviously the makers of the system, they can also do that as well if there's issues and problems. They might not be able to fix it, but obviously they can diagnose it, and then obviously the systems can be up and running then.
Yeah.
Okay, so see there now, Bluetooth deleted, so that's taken my system off, or my phone off the system even. Okay.
Yeah.
So they just come out there. It's seconds. Okay,
yeah.
happy with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Right, what we've got here now is a test to see if you're listening. Or, I say George then.